Good morning everybody, it's Belinda here from Visualize DNZ and it's Trash Craft Tuesday and I'm super excited to bring you my little project for the day using up some trash. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's sunny skies and sunny out there, but it's just a little cool inside at the moment. So I'm cradling my cup of coffee and getting my hands nice and warm. But enough of that, let's get into it, shall we? After a quick sip of my coffee. Okay, so the trash today I am going to use these little bags. So they're little, I guess called bags, that Countdown has their current promotion running for these farm bricks. And I thought I'd show you because they're super cute. So I've got a couple of apple trees. And I've got this little farm girl, and I've got some others as well, but I didn't bring them all over. I haven't got many, it hasn't been running long so far. I never end up with a full set, which is such a shame. I love collecting them, I love photographing them in little mini layouts and things like that. Super cute, so if you haven't seen those, Countdown, if you're watching from further afield, Countdown is a supermarket here in New Zealand, one of our biggest chains. We've got two major chains, and this is one of them. So super cute, and the bricks, you get one item in each bag. So one of these apple trees comes in one bag, and then you put all the pieces together. Super cute, and they're like Lego. They kind of tie in with Lego brand. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the brand name on YouTube, but never mind. There we go. No one's going to tell on me, are they? So these little bags, the most obvious thing to do is pockets. Very simple, just take a little thumb notch out, glue it down, and you've got yourself a cool little pocket. And can you hear the sound? They're really crunchy, like they've got a waxy type exterior, and then the inside is just plain matte paper. They're quite tough little bags, so you probably wouldn't need to reinforce them. They would stand up quite well, I think, as long as you weren't putting anything too heavy in them. And my first thought for today was I was going to take my 6 bags that I've got and do a mess make pocket type thing. And then I started having a little play, and I cut one open, and I was like, I'm not going to make pockets with these. I'm going to do something different. So there we go. There's the outside of the bag. Nothing too exciting. Like, it's got a lot of information on and things. And then it's just got this plain paper on the inside. And you can see through, you can see the pattern and the text and everything on the other side. But it's quite faint. I don't know if you can even pick that up on camera. So you easily can write on that, and because it's matte paper, it will take pen no problem. So what I want to do then is I'm going to make a little notebook mini journal type thing. So I've already cut the tops off these from when I opened them to take out the bricks. So it had a strip like this at the top, so I've cut that off, and I do that with each of them, and then I know I've got a clean top. It's not always straight, but it's clean. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same with the bottoms of these. I'm just going to whip through and take off all the bottoms. Now I'm not sure how many I want to put in my little journal, so I'm just going to prepare all of them and then work it out as to what feels right. And I've got a specific purpose in mind for this wee mini journal, which I'm going to tell you about because I'm super excited. And I'll get to that in a minute. This is the last one to take the bottom off. There we go. Right, so now we've got these tubes. So there we go, a tube. So it's open at the top and the bottom. And what I do is I flatten it out and crease it down what's the center of the front of the bag. So there's the front of the bag, so I'm making a crease down the middle, and then I trim up the side where the side strip is. where it's glued together. And there we've got our little page. So I'll go ahead and do the others. Yeah, so in 2 weeks' time, I am going to be spending the day in the city and the night as well. I'm going to be staying at my mum's because my husband's got a course in the city for 2 days. So we're going to stay the night in the city at my mum's. And so in 2 weeks' time, I have arranged to spend a day with a friend. So my beautiful friend Lydia from February and June and I are going to have a day out and, you know, drink some coffee, chat about all things creative and life, and possibly do a bit of shopping, maybe some op shops or some art shops, or don't know. We just really kind of got it together yesterday and sort of confirmed that we can get together. So I'm really, really excited. We've met each other before and that, but we've never had any really full-on quality time one-on-one. So super looking forward to that, to deepening the friendship and, you know, getting to know each other in a way that is not as easy online. Like, you know, you communicate and mail and talk and things like that. It's not quite the same as actually being one-on-one, face-to-face, you know, where you can appreciate each other's body language and laugh together and things don't get lost because of, you know, when you just read words, sometimes the intent or the meaning or the humour of it can get lost. Nothing like being face-to-face. So I am super excited to do that. And I want to record everything about the day. So I don't think my double page spread in my normal journal's going to work for it. So I'm going to put a pocket on the spread and then I'm going to fill up this little mini journal with photos and memories of our day together and then pop that in the pocket in my journal. And this is really thin paper. So in of itself, it's not going to take up a lot of room. But by the time I've added photos and things, it's gonna bulk up. Right, so the obvious thing to do would be to stack pages together like this, right, one after the other. And I might have to trim the tops a bit because they're all sort of uneven, but I'm not sure that I'm even worried about that. In fact, I'm probably not worried about that at all. So you could totally do it this way and there have that little journal, crunchy little pages. And so I'm not going to decorate this ahead of time. I'm planning on these pages here, perfect for a photo, and then writing space. But I'm going to do this just a little bit different. Maybe it's in, yeah, just because I feel like it. So I'm going to take my first page, actually, and have the pattern side on the outside. So that's going to be the cover. So I'll decorate the cover up after the day because I might have some things that I want to stick on it that I've either purchased or collected, like a receipt for coffee or something like that, that I can decorate the front with. I'm going to take the next one and put the two plain sides together. See, there's a difference in height, but yeah, I'm not worried. I'm just going to crease this the other way just so it sits and I'm not fighting it as much. And then the next one, I'm going to place, oh, get them apart. Oh, there's a little bit of glue from somewhere. And I'm going to put the two pattern sides together. And then I'm going to do this one, two plain sides together. So just test this out, see how it's going. So we've got our cover. And then we've got a double page of writing space. Then flip it over and we have a double page of decorating space for putting photos or receipts or whatever I happen to come across or decide to decorate it up with afterwards. and then turn over the next page and another double page of writing. And then in the middle, which is the middle at the moment, there's still some glue. I have no idea where that glue came from. So in the middle, there's another double page spread for decorating up. And I think I'm going to go with this kind of arrangement because it gives me the ability, because I can still decorate on the writing pages. Like, there's nothing to stop me adding decorations there as well, and I can well imagine I will. But it also means I can perhaps, if I haven't got enough memorabilia or things, I can also art journal and put my feelings in about the day in art on there, and it gives me a bit more to work with rather than sacrificing a writing page. So I think that's probably a really good size. Or do I add one more? What do I do? It's like once it's made, it's hard to add more space, isn't it? Maybe do I want the middle to be writing space? Well, I could just do the whole lot, couldn't I? And I might have to take my voice recorder and record our conversation so I can remember all the details. And then I won't be short of things to write. I think that's cute, and I think it's still really thin. And then, you know, if I add, say, a layer of paper to each of the pattern sides, it is going to bulk up considerably. And I'm not bothered about that. But also having this pattern underneath, I don't have to cover the whole thing. I can just put something on and leave the rest as is, because it's an interest, isn't it? It's not a focal point. By the time you add things, what's in the background is not a focal point. It's just texture and colour. Oops, there's a little gremlin. I'll just grab that off the side. So I think I'm going to use all those 6 bags. So 6 bags to create this. And I do like the idea of having the middle one as an art spread rather than writing. So the writing is spread throughout. I'm not going to trim the tops. It does not bother me at all. It's just for my own personal journal. So now I need to put it together with some staples. Sorry, I just need to grab out the stapler. So I have done this in previous videos, but my little trick, I can't remember where I learnt this from, is take a rubber or some foam product or something you can dig into with your staples, and then just line up the spine of what you're trying to staple together on top. Now, if you've got a stapler that's long enough to reach the middle, then absolutely just staple it as per normal. But this is just a short wee stapler, and it's not going to reach. And I'm just trying to line up the little groove where the staples come out with the crease in my spine, and try and get it as close as possible to being on the spine. And checking both sides so that it's kind of hopefully straight. There we go, press it in, and then very carefully pull it out of the whatever you've stapled into. Make sure the pages are straight, and then press the ends of the staple, and I can see I'm not in the middle on the inside, but that's okay. Press the ends of the staple over, and be very careful because they are sharp and you can still do yourself some damage. I have done myself damage before trying to press them in. Just press those ends over. I'm not worried whether I'm actually in the centre or not, because I can just fold it wherever the staples land and then trim up the edges. It's not a biggie. We're just using trash here. It doesn't need to be perfect. As long as it functions the way that you need it to function, I think it's all good. And while I'm here, I think I can get, no I can't. I haven't got enough rubber to get the middle one done. Oh gosh, that's wildly over. Okay, I'm going to go again with that one. Not happy with the placement of that one. So if you're off kilter, take it out and go again. Just try not to do it too many times in the same point, or it will create a potential tear point for things to come apart. Trouble is, it's very hard to see on this. Yeah, see, I don't think I got that. I think I went too far the other way this time. Ah, it'll do. It'll do. Don't be fussy. It will still work. It just won't be perfectly aligned. It's very hard with all the pattern and things going on to see where the lines are. So that's why I'm having difficulty. Right, shall we see what happens with the middle one? Okay, it's more or less in line with the first one I did. So there we go. So it's a quick and easy method for stapling things that if you don't have a stapler that reaches into the middle. So there we go. So now let's see how it folds. So it's going to fold great against two of the staples and not so well against the third. That's okay. It still folds well enough. And then we've got our little booklet. So it will be a little bit funky on the pages because of the misaligned staples. Just open it where it wants to sit and give it a crease. And you won't even know that it's misstapled. Just be careful when you're creasing it on the middle page where the staple ends are, that you don't jam it into your finger. So that would not be very nice. So just giving it a crease there, it means it's going to sit okay when you're actually using it. And such light paper that it's super easy to crease. And then the back. So there is my cute little combination of mini art journal that I'm going to use to record my day out with Lydia from February and June. So super looking forward to it. I am just going to trim up the outside edges just a little bit. I can't help myself, can I? Here I am talking about not being perfect, and first thing I do is tidy it up. But you know, it just makes me happy. So let's just go with that and do it. Because if it's going to bug me, well then it's taking away my happiness, isn't it? So if it doesn't bug you at all, if you like the ragged edge, the mismatch, the unevenness, if that makes you happy, go with it. If it makes you unhappy, then remedy it. So there's no point working with something that makes you, that bothers you, that takes away your focus from what's important. So just a quick little tidy up there. I think as long as you're mindful that you tend towards perfectionism, it's not necessarily a problem. It's how you deal with that and how much you let it bother you. Or, you know, if it's bothering you to a point where you just can't handle it, then do something to fix whatever's annoying you. And I'm talking particularly in crafting. I mean, there's things in life that we can't do that with, but generally in crafting, there's ways and means to fix things that have gone wrong, that aren't quite straight, and I'm not talking about just throwing the whole project out. There's usually something you can do to disguise something that went wrong. Right, there we go. So, evened up our... Oh, I've got a really deep cut there. Obviously, I've cut on that line a lot, and it is getting quite deep. Yes, going to have to do something about that, I think. Don't cut on line 24 anymore. Remind me. Right, there we go. Nice straight edges now. I'm not going to worry about the bottom because it looks straight, so I'm all good with that. There's my cute little notebook project from Trish, from the little baggies that normally get binned. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you don't have things like these little bags from product packaging, then I'm sure you've got something else that you can do this with, and make yourself up a little mini notebook to use to document a special occasion that can then go inside your normal journal if you're a journaler. If you're not a journaler, then this is probably a perfect size to get your feet wet, to document something special, and then you can just pop it away in a drawer, or keep it in your handbag if you want to make notes, whatever. So there's my Trishcraft Tuesday project for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.